As King of the Fourth Corner, Kenny on YouTube has told us in a very recent episode of his podcast, the trade deadline is supposed to be when we're supposed to eat. And I'll tell you why we're not eating right now. The new CBA. I know you're probably tired of me here talking about the new CBA, and I know if you're thinking to yourself, man, he's really rushing through this part of the video. I had to record this previously, but then I got a call and it fucked up my recording, and I'm not making any money out of this, so getting demonetized in the first second of the video is like whatever. In lesser news, the trades that I've saw so far that was actually even worth discussing, I'm gonna be honest. There's a second trade with the Bulls that's like second round picks and players that no one cares about. I'm just gonna be honest. I do not care to cover that. Like, I don't even know why Shams broke this news, bro. I saw that shit on my phone. I don't even know what time I saw it on my phone. I just knew that I had to go to sleep. Because, like, there's no point of even addressing it. I'm going to talk about the first trade that actually happened. We're going to talk about Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder being moved for DeAndre Hunter. There's a couple of reasons, really, why they make this move. One, Darius Garland is injured. They need more guard play, obviously. Losing out on Ty Jerome last year and his production sucks a lot. Two, this team is in the second tax apron, so giving off of DeAndre Hunter's contract just makes a lot of sense. Even though DeAndre Hunter added another level to their offense like they had last year, the problem is really their defense, and they traded for Keon Ellis, who's a defensive-minded guard. That is going to help a lot. Obviously, Keon Ellis is not the biggest in size, and I think if Keon Ellis is going to be here, obviously in the best case scenario for this team to work out, you're going to need Darius Garland on the floor. And I don't think that trading for another guard really addresses that problem, because I think the problem is just at its core that Darius Garland is not healthy. Darius Garland is not good enough as a defender. He's too small. And I say that as someone who's shorter than Darius Garland. But Darius Garland is too small to be guarding most people, and to be with the amount of mismatch hunting that is in today's game. If he's not going to bring a level of production on the offensive side that is going to make up for that, it is going to be very hard for this team to win. Obviously, this team has been a good defense before. This team has been a top 5 defense before with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. But that was obviously under the tenure of J.B. Bickerstaff, who is clearly a defensive-minded coach. But when we had J.B. Bickerstaff, the problems with the offensive side were more problematic. And they just led to this team not having enough production offensively to make anything of this work. The sets that they were running offensively now under Kenny Atkinson are clearly an upgrade offensively, but defensively, the team is obviously taking a hit. In less depressing news for the Cleveland Cavaliers fans, fuck happened last night in Portland. Like, on my bingo list was never a Jared Allen 40 ball. Like, 40 and 17, brother. Like, damn, bro, you really took that not being an all-star shit to heart. I don't have the heart to tell him that he wasn't going to be one anyway. Like, fuck, man. 40, like, Jesus Christ, like. In lesser important news is we got the All-Star reserves. I'm going to go over those really quickly. Out west, and by the way, if I miss anyone, bro, just assume that, like, my brain is literally just, like, not cognizant or, like, giving a fuck about that person enough to, like, acknowledge them. Obviously, we've already known the starters for quite some time. The All-Stars in total, and this is before they were putting injury for replacements. Starting out west, they have Shea, Curry, Jokic. Wemby is starting as well, and then I think in that last position is another guard. I cannot remember right now. Frick. What am I talking about? Fuck, I can't remember that guy. I'm censoring myself for this video. Who cares? And then the reserves, obviously, you have LeBron, you have Anthony Edwards. Jamal Murray makes his first time appearance as an All-Star. Deni Avdija is his first time All-Star. I really don't think that Deni Avdija should be an All-Star. The numbers are not there. His game is not as exciting as a lot of these other players. Now, I think Deni is a cool little basketball player. I hate him for his politics off the court. That has nothing to do with basketball. I realize that. I can understand the talent that he is as a basketball player. I just do not think that him as a basketball player, considering the amount of guards that they have on this team. And yes, Deni is a guard. Don't let them lie to you and be like, he's a small forward or a shooting guard. Deni is a point guard that just happens to be big. And the way they utilize him is as a point guard. And I say that because not only is he their primary playmaker. But that's him. And I just think that they're not winning enough. Chet is also making an appearance as an all-star this year. I just, with all due respect, and I know people are going to say, whatever he's about to say is some bullshit next. I don't even know what the format of this is. I'm just saying this from my chest. I do not think that Denny and Chet should be all-stars. Quite frankly, I just don't. Chet, not because of injury things. I think Chet is on this team because of strictly winning buys. He does not have the production to do it, to be an all-star in my opinion. I just do not see it. Now, I know somebody's going to say, but you think Jalen Duren should be an all-star. And I haven't even gotten to the East Reserve set, so how do you know that? But I just, he doesn't have enough offensive production for me. And his defensive production is good. Don't get it twisted. But it's just not enough for me. It just simply is not enough. Going out East, we have, I think it's Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Jesus Christ, Tyrese Maxey, Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey. We have, it's another card. See, this shit is just like disgusting. I think Embiid, did Embiid make it as a reserve? I don't remember. Like, maybe he did, maybe it didn't. I don't know, dude. Like, Bam, I know Bam is notably not an all-star this year somehow. I have no idea why that's not happening. Jalen Duren made the all-star. Cade is a starter. Jesus Christ. I don't know how I forgot Cade. Jesus. I was literally about to talk about Jalen Duren, and I remember Cade. Jalen Duren is making it as a first-time all-star. Jalen Duren absolutely deserves it. He's the second best player on this team out in the East. And he actually gives them more offensive production than Chet. So for the people who are going to say to yourself, it's the exact same argument case of Chet. No, the fuck it isn't. It isn't, dog. I hate to break it to you. Jalen Duren is a better offensive player than Chet. Chet needs to develop some offense right fucking now. Because if this team goes into the playoffs with these same habits that they have right now, dog, honestly, you might as well start Hartenstein then, Chet. Chet is very inconsistent and very streaky. Jalen Duren just gives me the same production that I need from him all of the time. Bam not being an all-star was mind-boggling. Norman Powell was the all-star of this team. That's fair. I think that's pretty good. If you can't have Tyler Hero and you can't have Bam, I guess then have Norman Powell. Norman Powell also had a very high production and should have been an all-star last year. Speaking of people who should be all-star this year, the Clippers keep getting fucked. Oh, by the way, James Harden is an all-star. I don't know how I forgot that. Not sure. I think he's an all-star this year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's a starter, and that's the guy that I forgot in that position. Regardless of any of that, Braun is not starting for the first time. I know that's news to some people. Kawhi Leonard is not an all-star at all, even though he's having the best season of his career. And KD is an all-star. I do not know how, for the life of me, how I forgot that KD was a starter. That's so crazy. Anyway, yeah, this is probably gonna do it for them. Luka. It was Luka, Shea, and then it was Luka, Shea, Steph Curry. It was KD and Jokic, or no, Wemby and Jokic. KD was a reserve. Regardless, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. It's been really rough. All stars have not been. I just don't care. I just think that all stars are kind of whatever. Obviously, I'm a much more bigger proponent of the All NBA thing, especially now that we've gotten rid of that stupid position thing. Unfortunately, the 65 game rule is killing the game. Honestly, it's having a lot of players play through injuries that they really shouldn't. It's having a lot of players come back from shit that they really shouldn't come back from really quickly. Yeah, but since we're talking about players and injuries and all of that, this is a perfect transition to something else going on in 76ers. And I know you're saying to yourself, oh my God, you just told me Joel Embiid. No. I'm talking about Percocet P. I'm talking about Podcast P. I'm talking about Playoff P. You know exactly who I'm talking about because I'm talking about Paul George. Brother, I don't know if Jared McCain spiked your water. I don't know if VJ Edgecombe really wanted some of your minutes a little, bro. But, dog. Niggas knew. I saw you had that 30-point game, and I was like, something not right. I'm like, Paul George playing up to his max contract? Something ain't right, bro. Something must be off. It's not right. And little did I know, it's because this nigga's taking enhancements. I just would like to point out this is another point for the greatness of LeBron James. Paul George. Paul George was a rival to LeBron James when he was young, when LeBron was much younger than he is now, 10 years ago. is taking PE. Is taking PE, bruh. PEDs. Jesus Christ, man. Paul George is been hit with a hefty 25-game suspension. I think that's the exact same amount they gave to Bobby Portis for violating the drug policy last year. Even though Bobby Portis, quite frankly, should not have been hit with it nearly as hard. Because A, he didn't know he was taking this drug. B, they were prescribing it for his pain and stuff, and like, you know, I think it was a lot less intentional with Bobby Portis, and it did not make him noticeably better for taking it. Philly continues to have. You can say one of two things right now. You can say that Paul George is a fucking idiot and he's taking drugs that he knows is illegal, and under the NBA's rules. You can say Jarrett McCain or VJ Edgecombe poisoned his water to make it worse so they can get some more minutes. Or you can say what I think is the most likely thing. Philly's medical staff continues to be incompetent. So yeah. I know you're thinking to yourself, are you going to talk about the Rising Star game? Brother, I have not watched enough of these young players to really have an accurate and assessment on that. I think Fox should have been an all-star this year too, by the way. I think Fox, like if Deni Avdija is going to be there, which, fuck Deni Avdija. Fuck Deni Avdija. With everything in my soul, nigga, fuck Deni Avdija. If you know, you know. De'Aaron Fox should have definitely been there. They're higher in the standings. His production is about the same. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox should be an all-star. If the Spurs are going to be this successful, he should be an all-star. That's a fact. I know you're saying to yourself, but he's a guard. So is Deni. Deni is also a guard. And also, I don't really know who's clamoring to see Deni Avdija's game. I think a lot of people don't like Shea's game, so I can't imagine they fuck with Deni, bro. Deni is a slightly better and I do say slightly better passer than him because, you know, obviously Shea being the unstoppable scorer he is opens up passing lanes that Deni's never gonna open up, frankly. But yeah, so if you don't like Shea's game, I've broken it down for you. You're not gonna like Deni's game. You don't like free throws? Woo! I got some bad news for you, bad man. They finna be shooting free throws. I'm sorry. Apologies for anyone who had to watch that segment of the video. We're gonna be moving on. I'm gonna finally break down this trade again. It was not for It was not really for basketball reasons as much as for contractual reasons, and that's why a lot of the moves have been made. Frankly, the Cavs were in the second tight apron. There's a very few ways to get out of that. I'm assuming that Dennis Schroeder is most likely going to be on an expiring deal. I have not looked at the details of that. I would like to keep Dennis. It's fine. I don't think he makes too much money at all. That's cool, dog. He's a good veteran to have in the locker room. He's a nice presence to have. He makes very smart, high basketball IQ plays that's going to be very helpful in winning a game. He's been in streaks. Not streaks. He's been in moments a very good three-point shooter. I have no idea why he wasn't. I had no idea why he wasn't starting over Russ for some time, and that's pretty good that he's now on a team that is going to utilize him in a way that I think will be very similar to his role that he previously had, but with slightly more responsibility. That's cool. I like Dennis Schroeder. That's fun. As far as Keon Ellis is going to be a great addition to this team defensively. Doug Christie and Mike Brown, respectively, did not give a fuck about Keon Ellis, though. They did not use him well. I am assuming that this is bad news as far as his production offensively being so bad that it's going to be a problem. Now, this did not address the team's biggest weaknesses, is that they have a lack of depth at small forward. By the way, Jalen Tyson is a young rising star. I love Jalen Tyson. I love that guy so much. I am so happy he's on my team right now. I fucking love Jalen Tyson. By the way, the Cavs have been very egalitarian with the ball this year. So if you saw the 40 piece from him, you saw the 39 piece from Tyson and stuff. I keep a track of this stuff way more than other guys. By the way, Jalen Brunson was the starter out east that I didn't remember. Crucify me in the comment section below. I'm ready to accept my cross. Yikes. Yeah, I'm so sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Obviously, when I'm thinking about players in the top 10, I can think about the All-Stars very easily. But when I'm just thinking about players in, like, who was nominated and shit, it's like, dog, they just didn't change my opinion about the guy because he got an All-Star selection. An All-Star selection is not going to change my opinion about you. because I probably already have an opinion about you from watching your games and knowing where you are generally in the league-wide perspective, like where you belong, and like, you know, that didn't do anything for me. Sorry, dog. People, oh my God, Trae Young is not an All-Star. He's been injured most of the season, dog. Give it a break. Yeah, I think these. So they're going to be trying a USA versus World format. Not really keen or you know, feeling amazing about that. But hey, it is something different. They will obviously be playing in the Intuit Dome in LA. Good for them. I have someone that I think and I look up into respect as one of my peers in high school, who is really gonna love and enjoy covering that game. I hope she really gets the chance to be there and report on it. Her name is Dakayla Hawkins. For anyone wondering, yeah, if you find Dakayla Hawkins on like on the internet, bro, tell her that I send my love for her journalistic work. She's also very pretty, but you know, her journalism is why I follow her. Yeah, that's gonna do it for my coverage of what I think the All-Star game is gonna be like. I really don't know the format yet. I will be talking about that more in depth in a later video, but if you came for me for the trade stuff, pretty much talked about everything I could for that. I gave you your Paul George news, yeah, so like, you know, I was saying to yourself, there's got to be more to talk about, Vizquel. You're so interesting and cute, and I just love your videos, and it's just like, first of all, you trying me? Second of all, oh God, brother. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, also a reserve for the All-Stars. I'm so sorry, dog. I'm just, see, like, what I was talking about, I'm like, some of these All-Star selections are so obvious, and then some of them are like, brother, Deni Avdija? What? Some of these All-Star selections are like, oh my God, that's, like, duh, he's an All-Star, and then it's like, Norman Powell? This year? I don't know. By the way, I watched the Lakers versus the Knicks. I really don't have a lot to say about that game to break it down. Pretty much everything you saw about that is how I feel about that. My spiciest take is that LeBron should not be an All-Star this year. I just do not think that his production consistently is good enough. Now he's LeBron James, and he's on a very good team, and obviously LeBron has not miss an All-Star selection since his fucking rookie year. So it would be really weird for the NBA to not have him there. I mean, hell, even if the fucking coaches didn't want him there. If the coaches and the players didn't fucking want him there, I'm telling you right now, Adam Silver would have vetoed whoever the fuck he could off of that team to put him there. And I'm going to tell you, and since it's the last 7 minutes, I'm sorry, my bad, since it's less than 20 minutes in the video, and no one on this God's Forsaken Earth is going to watch this thing anyway, the reason I don't like Deni Avdija is because he's a pro-Israeli guy. He is from Israel. He served in the IDF, and he thinks that what they're doing right now is morally correct. If you know me personally, you should know why this is beyond troubling for me. Now, I am quick to point out, and by the way, I was gonna cover Stephen Curry's ties to Israeli officials and spies in Mossad. By the way, Mossad is Israelis, you know, basically their CIA counterparts to our CIA, CIAs to their Mossad. By the way, a certain person who has a certain island was on that thing, and certainly not pro that. Hey, bro, if you came for just basketball, brother, I have bad news for you. I am a person who is more conflicted and like more well-rounded than this Mr. Basketball. Yeah, dog. Hey, if you want a video about me talking about something other than basketball, just know you're not getting on this channel. But there have been things to talk about this week. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you want to talk about anything else, bro, talk to me. Tell me, 'cause it's getting crazy out there. And I don't mean in the basketball sphere. We all know how them trades looking. I'm talking about crazy.